Hey everybody, it's Saad. In this video, I'm going to give you a full comprehensive tutorial on how to use AI to write emails that will help you close deals. It will take you from a total beginner on how to use AI to better than 99% of the people who are trying to do any kind of marketing or outbound. You'll be equipped by all the tools and knowledge you need. This course is practical, so you'll be able to use the real juice of AI and automation, specifically things that make money rather than automating tasks that solve zero real-life problems. I'll give you all the tools you need, including blueprints, prompts that I use to scale my agency to $80,000 a month. So if you want to do the same, stay tuned and welcome to the classroom. Welcome to the AI Personalization Masterclass. So first of all, I want to explain to you guys what I mean by AI personalization. Now, we're not trying to get AI to write emails on its own. Just because AI tools that we have currently in 2025 are terrible at doing this. Instead, what we will do is we will give AI great emails, right? And have it fill in the personalizable blanks and basically scale to the moon. Now I know that might sound vague at first, but I'm going to explain to you shortly. So before we dive deep into this, I mentioned here great emails. Now you might be wondering, Saad, what is a great email? Like, what is a good email? So let me explain to you this first. So sending millions of emails. I've noticed that all the emails that performed well had the same kind of aspects that I'm going to walk you guys through, which is some sort of personalization, right? A human-like tone, a clear offer, a relevant case study, and a CTA, right? A CTA is basically a call to action, right? Either like asking them if they want more information or pushing for a call, such as, is this worth 10-minute of your chat? Would you be interested in speaking this week? So these are the aspects that I've noticed that, okay, whenever there's this exact framework in my emails, I get replies and people are more likely to buy from me, right? So I would encourage you guys to use this same framework, right? Just because I know it works and it has enabled me to generate well over $80,000 in revenue as a one-man agency, right? As a sales team agency. And I'm going to give you examples. Now, what is a damn good email? A damn good email is the following. Example, if I receive this email. Hey Saad, congrats on hitting $10 million in client pipeline, proven pain-based, targeting beats spray and pray. If you guys don't understand what spray and pray, basically spray and pray in the lead gen agency, or what I call the schizo agency, they mentioned this term, spray and pray, which means most lead gen agencies just send so many emails and spam people, and most people's inboxes are flooded with junk. So this is what I mean, spray and praying that something is gonna stick, right? So this is what it means. It's like a joke. So happy to see that my process looks a bit different from all the generic gimmicky AI startups here. Now, if you guys notice, like the tone that it's used in this email, it's like very human, right? It's kind of like someone who's just talking to his friend on a bar, right? And this is how I want you guys to write your emails. Like, your emails have to sound natural and human. It's kind of like talking to someone in the streets or like on a bar, right? For example, like let's say you're in a masterclass or like you're in a coffee shop, like, and you see like a founder that recently just, started a restaurant. You're going to say, hey, I noticed your restaurant. I noticed the menu outside and it looks interesting. Like, this is how people strike conversations, right? And your email shouldn't be different from this, right? So in 2025, like, we lack the human connection that most everyone is trying to sell you something. So if you leverage that human tone, right? Like, just like when you talk to someone in the street, your emails are going to get replied, right? And you're going to basically nurture them and selling them whatever you want later on, right? So this is what I would recommend. Another thing is, look at your job board and notice you're hiring for sales. Imagine you're planning to use outbound to gain early high ROI tractions. If so, you should check out a hypothetical company. So just a hypothetical company. We built an automated system that lets one smart growth person send personalized outbound at the scale of 50 SDRs. Have recently generated over $85,000 for revention. This is a case study with no long-term employment / commitment and 100% based on results. Now, that is what I mean by a great offer. Because you guys can see, there's a great offer here. There is a great offer, and there's a relevant case study, which is here, the dimension innovation. And we have a CTA. Would it be worth 10 minutes of your time this week to show you how it works? So I'm being cognitive of their time. Would it be worth 10 minutes of your time? Rather than assuming, hey, jump on a call with me now. Yeah, like, it doesn't work that way, right? So, and then Saad sends from my iPhone. Now I'm going to give you another example. So here's another example. Hey reader, emailing you because I noticed you're hiring for an SDR. We actually run a sales team agency that delivers meetings with pre-qualified decision makers that are interested in your current offer and want to chat over a call. Again, guys, very clarified offer, like pre-qualified decision makers that are interested in your current offer and want to chat over a call. So the reader is going to read this and go like, okay, I understand exactly what you mean. Another thing is have recently generated over 85K for Vention. So Vention is basically the case study, right? So with no long-term employment commitment based results. As you guys can see, it's super short, right? And this is what you would send someone, right? And you will 100% get a reply. Is this worth a 10-minute chat this week? Someone who writes awesome emails. You want to strike up a conversation casually. You don't want to come in, like you're not going to come in a party and say, hey, buy this, right? Or like, here's my offer, buy this. You're going to try to basically talk to them like just like a normal human, right? Now you might be wondering, okay, Saad, now I wrote the perfect email, right? I just took 20 minutes and I wrote a perfect email that I would send someone, and it sounded very human, has personalization, a clear offer, etc., etc. How do I personalize this? Like I cannot manually send this to 50,000 people, or like I cannot like add this into a campaign and like manually email 50,000 people. Well, that's true, right? And this is what automation is, right? This is the real juice of AI and automation, right? Rather than automating bullshit tasks such as article writing that people that like, you know what I mean? Like people are trying to build systems that don't really interfere with the market, and the end result is never a client, right? Like show me how to print money. I don't care about posting a blog or something. These are all awareness. It's not something that drives real measurable growth and real money money that comes into my bank account, right? So this is the kind of email that previously would have been impossible to automate at scale. Now it's possible, and I'm going to show you how. And here's how you might actually go about doing it. Now, we're going to go ahead and start with the practical actionable steps. So the first step, right, is the following. Write the perfect email. To put this into practice, right, just to get your reps in, try this out. Take this framework that I gave you guys, this personalization, and this one right here. Some sort of personalization, human-like tone, clear offer, relevant case study, and CTA. Try to basically put this into practice and apply it to your business, and then write emails for 50 of your leads. Try to write 50 emails, right? Once done, go back and evaluate. You can use the examples that I just read for you for inspiration and ask yourself, is this an amazing cold email for this person? If not, what part of the framework does it fill out? After 50 emails, you will be great. Trust me, because I've done this. Now, you wrote the perfect email. How do you automate this at scale? Now we go to the second aspect, right? Which is converting the dream email into a AI usable template, right? And the way you do that is I want you to take that email and replicate it at scale with AI. And here's how to do it. So basically, hey, first name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, right? I'm just going to duplicate this. Right? Copy. And then I'm going to put this down here, and we're going to start comparing. So there you go. So hey first name. Congrats is, so hey first name is hey Saad. So basically the first name variable in this email is the simplest one. You just need AI to paste the name of the prospect, right? So this is a variable called first name. We're going to tell AI, hey, put first name here. Another thing is congrats on the recent acquisition. So now what I'm going to do is basically feed in a scraped data from their websites or whatever, their LinkedIn headline, whatever they're going through, the recent achievement case studies they posted. And I'm feeding into AI with a very specific prompt that I'm going to show you guys. And then basically I'm generating like a one-liner, like basically a congratulation line telling them, hey, congrats on hitting that case study, that recent achievement. That's great. And then what I'm doing is happy to see that my process looks a bit different from all the generic gimmicky AI startups. So it looks a bit different from all the generic gimmicky category. So the data that I have, right, is category, right? Which category is that business is? So in my case, it's AI. Looked at your job board and noticed you're hiring for a job title. Imagine you're planning to use outbound to gain early high ROI traction. So job title is basically the job title that they're hiring for, basically. And then if so, you should check out hypothetical company. And this is just the rest of the email that we just wrote. Now, summarization and normalization. The company name, right, basically, is and the startup category variables, these ones go beyond copy and paste. The company name, for example, needs to be normalized. So if a company name is Hypothetical Company Industries Inc., you guys understand, if you've been watching this channel for a while, that we clean the company name. So we're using a prompt that I'm going to show you again. So I have this tab right here that I'm not going to show now, but you have to stay with me until the end of this video so you can understand, and then just go ahead and copy and paste the prompts, and basically it's going to be plug and play. So now, so like I said, pasting that entire thing in an email will feel inhuman. So the AI shortens this into hypothetical company instead of hypothetical company Inc. And category needs to be a human sounding summary of the specific niche or industry that the leads or company is in, right? So this is how basically we do this. Now let's go ahead and show you practical steps in make.com. So I'm going to go to make, and I'm going to create a new scenario, and let's essentially show you how to manipulate this data that we have right here and then adding it into an email, right? So what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to go click on this plus button, and I'm going to look for tools, and then I'm going to click on set multiple variables. So I'm going to feed in variables. I'm just going to pretend that I have these variables, such as, for example, first name. So it's going to be Saad. And the next item will be company name, which is going to be my process. Click add item. Variable name is going to be basically recent case study would be, I don't know, would be congrats. Let's say recent achievements. Let's write a one-liner. Congrats on hitting 10M in pipelines. Love your approach. About pain-based targeting. Something most lead gen agencies can do. That's right, my friend. And then what do I have here is job title, which is going to be job title. Let's say SDR, or yeah, let's do SDR. SDR, I think that's pretty much all we need. Let's see. Let's go back to our job title. Yeah, category. And then we're going to add category. And it's going to be basically AI. Click save. And now I have all of this data. So first name, company name, recent achievement, job title, SDR. And then what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to go in and I'm going to go to Claude, and I'm going to go and click on create prompt, and I'm going to add my module right here. And now the first prompt that I'm going to walk you guys through, which is this one, and it's going to be the high quality placeholder prompt. Copy this one, go back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in, I'm going to choose Sinet, max token 3060, click on add message, user, content is going to be text, and text is going to be a conversational, concise writing assistant. Fill in the email template below using the data provided only. I'll put the completed email without additional text or formatting. And then I'm going to feed in the template. And then here's where I'm going to put the template. I'm going to go back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this. Copy, go back. And then now I'm just going to start feeding the data. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to hey first name, which is going to be Saad, right? And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove all of this. Congrats. And it's going to be the recent achievements. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all of this and remove this. And I'm going to add in my process. Category is going to be AI. And job title will be job title. And then I'm just going to fix the formatting. And then boom. And would you be interested? We have time this week to show you how it works. Sod. And then I'm just going to delete this. Awesome. I'm going to click on save. And now I'm just going to click on run once. And I'm going to show you guys how it works. So if I go, hey Saad, congrats on hitting 10 million in pipeline. Love your approach about pain-based targeting, something most lead gens can do. Happy to see that my process looks a bit different from all the generic gimmicky AI startups there. So there you go, guys. This is how you essentially fill in the variables. So if I go back, these are all variables that I just added, right? So instead of telling AI, hey, output everything, I'm just telling AI, okay, now I have these variables, just merge them into one email, right? And this is how essentially you do it. Now that I explained to you basically how it works, let me explain to you how to clean up this data and how to get it from the first place. So now, let's say, for example, I have first name is Saad, company name is Inc., right? Let's say, for example, I have my .inc. Now, I want to clean the company name, right? Because if I unlink this and I run this, I'm going to have my process.inc. I cannot just feed this into Claude. What I'm going to do is I'm basically going to add in another Claude module or OpenAI, whatever you want. Let's just use OpenAI now. Add this bad boy right here. And then what you're going to do basically is going to click on this. And then what I'm going to do again is time for the next prompt. So the next prompt is company name formatter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, go back, model, I'm just going to use GPT-4o. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this prompt right here. So bear with me here. I'm going to click on add message, click user. I'm just going to paste in my prompt. So normalize the company name. I'm going to copy the company name, which is this one. And then what I'm going to do is maybe a reflectance in company. Okay, so we need the company domain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add company domain. So company domain, which is https://myoprocess.com. And then I'm going to click on save. And then I think I need the headline. So I need my headline. So I'm going to show you guys a cool thing right now. So I receive a ton of emails from people. And if you guys don't know, I run a community in school teaching people how to build these systems and basically how to use AI and automation to personalize emails at scale and basically start your campaign, start your sales agency. And if you go to my LinkedIn, right, I have founder at school, right? And I'm not a founder at school, obviously. I just run a community. But people that send me those emails, right? They use some sort of LinkedIn sales nav or something, and they take in founder sales agency, right? And they think I'm a founder at basically at school. Now, the benefit of this prompt is just cut through the noise. Because why? One, in this prompt, what we're doing basically, or actually, let me just read it from here. So normalize the company name by focusing on its most distinctive, memorable element, as it might be reflected in the company's domain and the person's headline. So AI is going to read through the domain. It's going to say, this guy, myoprocess.com. So his company name must be myoprocess, right? Not the headline, right? Now, if I go back and what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy my headline, which is this one. And then I'm going to go back and then headline. And I'm going to paste that in here. Click save. If I go back and then what I'm going to do is basically feed in the headline. And actually, before I do that, I need to run this module on once so I can retrieve the data that I have inside. Yeah. This is what happens with Make. You need to constantly update your data, right? Especially when you use multiple variables. Okay, now that I have access to this, I can go to domain and then add, where's the domain? Company domain and headline. And for headline, I'm going to add in basically the headline and I'm going to click on save. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on run once and the result is going to be what? Myoprocess. So there you go, guys. It didn't output school, right? So people that send me this email, watch this video, okay? And use the blueprints in the description. So as you guys can see, myoprocess.inc is now myoprocess. Perfect. So now I can just go ahead and map it into my basically my AI personalization template. Second thing now is, now that I cleaned the company name, well, what do I do to get the recent achievements, right? I want to get the recent achievement. Let's say I don't have the recent achievement here. Now I have a prompt optimized for you, which is a plug and play. And yeah, you'd have to pay a lot of money for this, but I'm just going to give it for free. So here's the system that I built. It's called Training Playground. Just name it Training Playground for you guys. And the way you're going to get this data is you're going to basically make a request to HTTP, to my process. It's my example. Like for you would be the leads company website. And then we're turning the HTML. And then we're getting the latest achievements. And here's the latest achievements. Congrats on hitting $10 million and client pipeline, proven pain-based targeting beats spray and pray. So like I said, guys, this is something that like a human would write. And then the prompt is this one. So what I'm doing is summarize the most relevant achievement, news mentioned in the text, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm just going to copy this one, right? And then I'm going to go back. And what I'm going to do is I will essentially, actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go back and I'm going to just rerun this. I'm going to go back, unlink this. And then I'm going to click on run once. And I'm basically making a request. Congrats on driving 10 million in pipeline while winning 2,000 sales meeting, proving personalized outreach can scale effectively. Again, this is my website right here. If I go back to my website, we're just scraping this and turning it into a one-liner. So this is the beauty of AI and automation, right? So there's 2,000 meetings, me roasting most lead gen agencies. So now that I got the latest achievements, I'm going to leave the prompt right here, which is this one, right? This is the prompts. Feel free to use this. How do we get the job titles? So the job title that we have here, right? If I go back, there's the job title. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the past system that I built. It was yesterday, right? Okay, guys. So now that we fixed our camera, let's go back to the tutorial. Import the blueprint. And it's most powerful outbound system. It's the best name on the planet. So now, if I go back, I'm basically just using a scraper, right? A scraper of a job title scraper. If you don't understand what a scraper is, how to get the companies hiring for certain jobs, go watch the last video. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on run once. And basically I have a job, right? Which is a company hiring for something like a marketing manager, right? For example. So now I can basically take in this title, right? And feed it into the dream email that I have here, right? And the dream email is noticed you're hiring for A. So this is the response, right? Now, for example, let's say you have like a job, typically when you scrape data, guys, you'll have a job title such as, instead of SDR, it would be sales development representative USA, or like California, for example. Now you don't want to add this as a variable. Hey, I noticed you're hiring for a sales development representative California. That doesn't make sense. So what you can do is basically use the prompt right here, next prompt, which is job titles cleaner, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go back, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this, or actually, should I use Claude? I'll just use Claude. I just like Claude, man. Claude is great. I love Claude. Go back, max tokens 3040, and I'm just going to use Sonnet and click on add message user, and it's going to be text, and what I'm going to do is so many tabs right here. I'm going to copy this, paste that in here, and the job title is going to be job title, which is job title. And if I unlink this, I'm going to read through this, and sales development representative instead of California, right? So now, guys, that we have all of that information, we can just feed it into our dream email and have it in our basically in our template. Now, what I'm going to do is that we have first name, recent achievement, clean company name, which is going to be my process, and we have the SDR. And what I'm going to do is basically just add in the variables and get up and running and send the email. So there you go, guys. Another thing that I want to mention, AI personalization can, of course, go as far as you want it to be. Like it can write, sentences and paragraphs based on the instruction you give it. Now, I wouldn't recommend you guys do that just because you can get carried away pretty easily. The more complexity you give AI and the more words it has to write, the higher the probability that we'll plant a red flag and it's going to start outputting shitty results. The email will have a non-human smell to it. So just be careful how to use AI and test it before launching a campaign. Because if you guys notice, all my prompts that I'm using are not long. Like they are pretty short, just because I don't want to consume so many operations and so many cloud credits. And the next thing is, the more you give AI, the more text you give AI, the more prompts, the more diversified the prompt is, the less the likelihood of the output would be the one that you want, right? The quality is not going to be great. Or if it is great, you're not going to be able to do that at scale. You're going to have some errors. Sometimes you're going to get some rate limits and you don't want to do that. So yeah. That's it, guys. I hope you found value in this video. I think we're recording at 37 minutes, so it's pretty good. We actually got this in like less than 30 minutes, which is awesome. So there you go, guys. You will be equipped by the tools now and the mindset to actually run personalized outbound campaigns on your own, right? So I'm going to include also the free, I'm going to include this blueprint and this one right here, and also the most powerful outbound system, or you can just go ahead and download it from the last video so you can understand kind of like how I actually built the system, because I showed you how to do it. I'm also going to include the 7-figure prompts right here and the Gumroad download, so feel free to download that. So there you go, guys. I hope you found value in this video. Like I said, let me know if you want any video ideas or system build ideas. I'm happy to build this system for you if it makes sense. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com. Alphonic.com.